Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Katie York set to get this one started. And we're underway from Philadelphia. Starting from the 5. And look at this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Great. No touch.
Here's the one back on the handoff. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Drew Sanders that time on the stop.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
From the 38. His first throw is an interception. Emmanuel Forbes makes the play. And the Commanders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll manage to get this one down to the 27. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
This throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
But looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Back to the well again. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Commanders parlay the interception into points. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
You're good on the point after. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is York to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Great. Set. No touch.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Has him on the quick hitter. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
They'll run here on first down. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Great. Set. No touch.
Another carry for him. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
On first down, Hurts gets this to Kincaid. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work.
Intercepted in the end zone.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
Drive starts out with a first and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. They get it right back. That's intercepted. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. He not only broke on it to make the pick, Bronk, but he was on the move real quick. Knowing short fields, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes. And if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles tie this game 7-7. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Slot man motioned over. Daniels coming back after that pick. Hits his running back. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First and 10 from the 41. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Whatever could go wrong for him so far certainly has. And so many times when we see a QB throw an interception early, it just starts to get in your head. That little seed of doubt, that little thought that you got to flush of, oh, what's going to happen next? Because then you hold the ball, and you hold the ball in this league, and you get sacked. Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
No touch, set.
Now a give running right. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Okay, set. No touch.
He'll throw it from his own end zone. Jones reels it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Get 28 out of that play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They have themselves another 1st and 10.
No touch. Hey, 73, 73. No touch.
A play fake now hurts to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Finds him on the crossing route. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Okay, set. No touch.
Handoff now out of the gun. Escapes a defender. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 30. And a 1st down when all is said and done.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Into the red zone after that big pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 15.
No touch.
Running it now out of the gun. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. That's the end of one here on New Year's Eve. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back and excited to start the 2nd. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points.
No touch.
Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain.
Well, this offense is trying to keep the defense off balance down here in the red zone, mixing in receiver runs with everything else they love to do. And the best part is, it's working. He gets them several yards on that play.
He's going to keep this one. And he gets it on the sneak. Touchdown! The Eagles take a 2nd quarter lead. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. He finds his way in on the sneak. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A give now from the gun. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap to Daniels. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. It's a gain of 22. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll run it from the gun. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
He easily had the yardage for a 1st, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
Daniels on 1st down. He's got it over the middle. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. I think we actually saw him call it early there, Brock. He made that throw, and then he signaled it was gonna be a touchdown. Like a guy calling it before his 3-pointer goes through the net.
Oh, you mean like Larry Legend Bird?
Ooh.
In the 3-point shooting contest in the 80s?
Or maybe like a Tyrese Maxey, you know. But whatever.
The kids aren't alive, I get it. And they weren't alive in the 80s. They didn't see Larry Legend do it, but he did. And he anticipated, just like the quarterback.
York tacks on that extra point. And the Commanders tie things up at 14. Now he's York to kick this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Great, set.
Hurts to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That's caught for the 1st. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. So the drive continues after that pass interference call. We've got 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time. This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Man, that was a chain mover if he would have held on, Brock, but the contact just too much to do so.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed in himself because you've got to make these contested catches, but I do give a lot of credit. An outstanding effort defensively to force that ball out. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. They'll run here from the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Here's 2nd and 11. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly.
Oh, and they fake it. This is caught. And the fake works to perfection. 1st down.
Certainly not afraid to get aggressive when the situation calls for it. Cut the coverage unit sleeping and burn them with a surprise play.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. It's the Commanders, who only need a couple on 2nd and 2. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
Find me an offense that won't take that type of result every snap. Good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
On 1st down, they'll run. Still has room inside the 15. Is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders get some late points and the lead. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
You're good on the point after. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead. On now is York to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Great, set. Delta.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. On target to Downs. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Don't touch it.
The give now out of the shotgun. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. Hurts now from the gun. Finds Kincaid. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Second and 6 coming up here.
Great.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
No touch. Hey, easy. 63, back. No touch.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So they're left with fourth down here.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And he's brought down after a short gain. And this one won't get close. They make the stand and force that turnover on downs.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on fourth down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on fourth.
Catch made underneath by the back. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Ball at the 33 for first down.
Let's go now.
To throw, Daniels. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down.
Let's go.
Now Daniels to throw. Forced out to his right. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Groupie sends it through. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. Back to throw it. He puts some power on a deep one left. That's complete inside the 35. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles earn the chance to tie before halftime. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles bring it back to even. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Here comes the final play of our first half. Looking to throw. Diving forward, and he makes the catch. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Hawk 7, Hawk 7.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Out of the gun, Daniels. Connecting on the slant. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
The give here on second. We'll cobble together a yard there. That's Gregory Rousseau who cleaned up that play. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
3rd and short, Daniels. Throw complete to Sinnott. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
19 Tiger.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Throwing now, Daniels. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
He's back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them a possession.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he's able to cross midfield before going out. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. They give it to him again. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down, they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
1st down, and they go right back to him. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Drew Sanders that time on the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
He throws a bullet. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Jeremy Chinn has got it. And the Commanders get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception. Wow, this has been a great game so far, Brock. A hard-fought 1st half, but they're really offering an edge to their opponent here by throwing a pick on their opening drive.
And now we'll get to see if they can capitalize that and pull ahead. They've already got the ball once this half. You know that they're loose, and now they get it back just 1 snap later.
And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 36. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Has it downfield working the left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Here's the one back on the handoff. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. That's Gregory Rousseau who cleaned up that play. Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Back-to-back carries here. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It's a 6-yard gain. They're going to have 4th and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they've taken back the lead.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
And he got all in that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey! Don't touch it! Don't touch it!
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And the Commanders are going to take over after the interception. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long. But throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Daniels. Flushed out of the pocket. He brings it in. And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop. So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Now is York to kick this one away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Hey!
On the play fake, it's Hurts. Connects on the crosser. On the move, past the 40. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
First down throwing for Hurts. That's Jones working the sideline, complete. And he'll be out of bounds right. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down. So as the clock winds down to a new year, we wind down to our final quarter. That's the end of 3. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. They'll come up 1st and 10.
No touch it. No touch it.
Now Hurts. Cut near the goal line. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
And he comes through on the kick to give him the lead here in the 4th quarter. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Daniels. He lets one fly deep downfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now it's 2nd down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
2nd down and 10. Daniels. Looking slant route, complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. And he's going to be across midfield close to the 45 before going out.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Handoff now from the gun. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he's able to drive them forward into the red zone. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. And he's got a nice gain down inside the 10-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Back to the well again. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
These aren't the plays that will lead highlight reels, but they're the ones that win you ball games. What a nice game by the back. And now his offense can go in any number of directions on 1st and 10.
Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Commanders take a fourth-quarter lead. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. The fact that they pulled that out on a 1st and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did, and I would have loved to seen those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go, and that group certainly was.
York tacks on that extra point. And the Commanders push their lead to 6. Now is York to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Great, set.
Hurts looking to throw. He's got Harris. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Great, set.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Great, set. No touch.
Left side gets it out quick, and it's caught. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10.
No touch, set. No touch.
Throwing here hurts. And this one does not go far.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Has the connection to Jones. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles down by a touchdown. They've got 1st down from the 31.
Great, set. No touch.
Blown back gets the handoff. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
No touch, set.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
No touch.
Another carry for him. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
pretty obvious as defense. Man, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
1st and goal. They've got 4 chances to tie this one up. Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. They give it to him up the middle. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal.
No touch it. No touch.
They'll keep it on the ground. And it's a touchdown in the final minute. He's in. And now an extra point will give him the lead and maybe the win. So it was touchdown or bust here on this drive, Brock. A field goal wouldn't have done it, but they get the score they needed, and now a critical extra point forthcoming.
And now what I love, the pressure shifts to the other sideline. They do have some time left on the clock, and remember, all they're going to need is a field goal to go out and steal this one in the end.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. Cuts it to the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second and 6 coming up here. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And this one doesn't go far. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Huard, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.